All right, guys. Thank you, dog, for that. That sounds excellent. Well, we finally made it. I'm in my new space. Feels like it's been forever. I guess it's been 2.5 years, something like that. Sold my house in 2022, I believe, late. Started building this place, looking for some more space that I could, do what I enjoy doing. Have a YouTube channel, be able to make videos and not have to clean up and have room to do it all. This is the space that I always wish I had, and I finally got it. I filled in quite a bit of it here, but I've still got plenty of room left, and I've still got to finish cleaning up and all, but this is where we're at. I thought I'd kind of talk to you for a second and show you around a little bit, just roughly of what I got and what I'm going to try to achieve. I'm extremely happy to finally have this and finally have room to do what I want again and to have my PC back. I had it in the camper. It done fine. It liked to overheat a lot, so I've got it in a better spot here, and the little bit of time that I've had to game in here so far on it, 0 issues, so I'm very thankful of that. So before I pick the camera up and kind of show you around of what just I have roughly in here right now, kind of want to talk to you about something. Now that I'm back in the spot to be able to make more videos and carry on, I've just kind of had a lot of time to think about everything. I'd like to maybe rebrand my channel a little bit to kind of maybe incorporate gaming a little bit more. Back here behind me is my setup, and I have integrated a dedicated mic, and I'm gonna add a camera, and I'm gonna maybe try to get into streaming a little bit. Playing games with my friends is probably my favorite thing to do as long as I have the time and don't need to spend that time working. And I think what easier way to add to the channel but still do what I love is to maybe stream my gameplay and maybe meet some more people online that like to do the same thing that I do. So I'm gonna maybe change my name a little bit and kind of cater more towards tech and gaming and not just tech. All right, so got some lights on here. Coming up into my room, this is a pretty good sized room. This couch here behind me makes it look a lot smaller, but it's a pretty good amount of space, and I know it's echoing. I've got to add some more stuff in here and probably some decorations on the wall to help with how that sounds, but this is a good amount of space. I got a lot of floor space where I can roll things around, put things together, take things back apart, and kind of really cater to what I need as far as making videos and having space to do it all. So it's a little smaller than I was hoping, and it's because of this couch and kind of the way that I set all this up. I've got a closet and a bathroom kind of over here for this area, and that cut into my space quite a bit for the size of this room initially, and it kind of created this awkward L type shape. Still nice and plenty of room, but I wanted to have like a dedicated, like, I don't know, theater style, just a lounge area up in this space. So I've got a TV and all that over here, but the way that I wanted to position it is I wanted the couch to be somewhat close to it. That way this made everything feel a little bigger. So as far as like watching movies and stuff. So that's what I did, and the couch is basically in the center of the room. Now, if I was to take the TV and slide it over, I don't know, 3 studs maybe, to where I mounted it in the middle of basically this whole wall, and then spin completely around 180 degrees, the couch fits in this area too, but it was so far away from the TV, I didn't want to do that. It would have left me a ton of space out here in the front. Basically the whole room would have been available as far as floor space goes, but I kind of wanted to keep, different areas around to do things, and I've still got a plenty of area right here in the center of the room too. But I've got my girlfriend a little area here she uses to edit pictures. This is just, little storage to put stuff on while I'm working and moving things. This is my setup. Don't know what I'm gonna do in the corner over here, but this is where I'll be mainly. That's where I'm gonna do streaming from as well. But just, I like the idea of having different kind of segments in the room to do different things, and the couch really limited, it did away with this whole area, so that is why it turned out that way. Now, this is the biggest TV I've ever owned, I think. Well, I know. It's 85 inches, and I know you can obviously go bigger than that, but I don't want to spend that kind of money, and this really ain't even what I wanted. I'd really like to have an OLED TV because I'm so spoiled by my monitors, and just all of the good stuff nowadays seems to be OLED. But I do like this TV. It looks excellent. It's a Samsung Q90, I believe, something like that, but looks fantastic. And I think this is really a good distance for watching videos. Right here, like when you're actually sitting down, you're probably between, 10 and 12 feet from the TV with your head. So it makes it look about proportional. You don't have to turn your head weird ways. You can kind of look right at it. But I love this area so far. We've used it quite a bit, not near as much as the dogs, obviously. This is my girlfriend's dog Boone, by the way. Zola, she is growing up. She's my big girl, I love her. And that's my best boy right there. That's Buddy Row. Tell right, Max, you sleeping, Bubba? By the way, toolbox returned. It is over there. It's gonna be my charging station and where I store some stuff. But it needs to be completely organized. It feels like there's junk everywhere, mainly from moving. I just threw a bunch of stuff in there, technology related, and went with it. And I'm paying for it with about everything I've done with this house so far. Okay, so this is the view that a lot of y'all is probably gonna see moving forward a lot, is me here at my desk, either streaming or maybe talking to y'all this way. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna set my cameras up, where I'm gonna do it all. I know for streaming, my options are maybe put one above the monitor, or I could split my monitors since I got a vertical and a horizontal, pull them apart, stick my camera kind of in between the two displays. That way it's a little lower and not kind of right on my forehead. But that's an idea I have in mind. These monitors are on gas arms, so they could be moved around pretty easily. And I can kind of alter it until I get what I want. My light, I've got an Elgato key light just up top because it was easy to clamp on and use temporarily. I will more than likely set up a more dedicated, like a real COB light over here, maybe in the corner. And the way this room's set up, I've got plenty of space off the side of my desk to do that. So that would be a really good way to get some natural light or a larger source to make it look better. I just don't know how it's gonna work with this vertical monitor being over this far. You know, I've got a pretty wide desk, but these things make it look smaller. So don't know how that's gonna work right yet, but it's a work in progress. For the streaming, since I'm looking to do some of that maybe moving forward, I have picked up a new mic, like I said earlier, and I got a Stream Deck to control it all. Now, I had an old Stream Deck I used temporarily for little things. Never really got that much into it. I noticed recently by doing some research and looking into this again, they have a Plus model with analog dials on it. So I thought that was freaking awesome, and I had to have one to control my new mic. So you can mute and adjust some settings on the microphone itself. I went with the Shure MV7 Plus. This is what it looks like. Also got a mic arm, and I was kind of retarded and I bought the wrong mic arm. So I wanted a low profile one, but I believe it's too low. And I also wished or thought I was buying a gas arm model from Elgato, and I brought the regular, so this ain't gas armed. So I have one on the way, and I'm just gonna return this one and get what I want, get a nice one. So that is on the way. It actually should be here today. I just gotta go check, but this is the microphone, and I know I spent my money right because I got online last night and played with a friend of mine, and he had a couple other people in the chat with us in Discord, and the first thing one of them said is, "Whoa, sounds like boy makes YouTube videos," because that mic is clear. So I'm happy that I have something like that. And I know personally I can't stand trying to talk to somebody that has a bad mic, and just to have one that clears me up and makes me sound a little better and it makes me sound enjoyable is worth it for me. So that is cool. And then going back to the Stream Deck, and going back to the Stream Deck, I like that I can set it up to control a microphone. So this button right here I have linked to just mute the mic. Also, you can change your levels, like what you're hearing, your mic monitoring levels. I can make it adjust the volume just for my Discord, game volume or system volume, I guess you would say. Turn the computer up and down with it. Really cool. And I like that I can maybe make a slide just for streaming and have my different scenes there, kind of like everybody does. I'm just now learning about it. But just hit a button and it goes to a screen where I can talk just directly with me on the camera. And then hit a different button and switch right back to like gameplay mode to where a little box of me and then got gameplay. So I think it's really interesting as I learn more about it. It's really cool. And previously I always looked at it as being like, whoa, that's that's super complicated. I'm not smart enough for all that. But as time has went on, I've learned a little bit more, and I'm more familiar with it, but I'm still a beginner. But that is something I'm looking forward to doing. But moving forward, I really just need to get everything kind of straightened up, put where I want it to go. I'm gonna add on to the house over here eventually. It's not right now, but I want to have either a large dedicated like gear area or a closet. You know, it's gonna be a closet, but I may call it something different, but in the other portion. And I have one over here now, but it's being used for something different currently, and my water heater's in there. So that is, it's kind of like a utility thing, but I would love to make it to where eventually my gear stays relatively close in that closet versus going somewhere else in the house. But I am planning on adding on, and then I could kind of change about what I have in here and the location of things relative to the room. But that is what I'm planning on. For the 5 people that may watch this video, thanks, I appreciate you. And thanks for kind of sticking around while I figure out what I want to do and why and how and all that good crap. I know this is a long ride for me and probably y'all too, if the couple of you that watch, but this house took forever. It's just, it drug out, and I'm so glad to have time, space, and really just the mindset to get back into what I love doing. So thank y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.